All right. Let's see if this thing's working. Let me see. I mean, it looks like we are. Perfect. Dope. Super cool. Hello. Good morning. How we doing? What's up? Good morning, Patrick. How are you? A little something different. I just needed, I don't know, we had kind of hit a big story arc, and sure, we had hit a point, you know, we had the ICPL last weekend and the boys were playing that, but yeah, with the World Cup win, it was a natural breaking point, and it is the holidays. So I figured we'd do something a little bit different, and I wanted to test out the live streaming capabilities that I have. Wanted to see, you know, things we could do with this. Maybe do one of these every once in a while. Find the right time. Probably more in the evening normally, but I figured we'd use the Fit Life time slot at 10 a.m. because people were pretty used to that. So the horizon on this camera, though, is driving me insane. We have to fix that. Hang on. Let's see if I can do that. I need a better arm for my camera in my office because not having a straight horizon is driving me nuts. You were there for the World Cup win. It was pretty wild, right? Like that was a moment for sure. That was a great moment. I've never seen a crowd so hyped in paintball. And I've seen a couple, you know, usually a couple that get pretty crazy, but that was next level, insane, super cool moment. But so I've also enabled memberships on the channel. I didn't have those on previously, and I haven't really figured out exactly what the tiers like rewards and such will be, but yeah, those are available now. With the cartel, there we go. Grossest, the wettest hug, I'm sure, but also at the same time, the best one. Yeah, Dirty Stu, man, he gets sweaty out there. It's Dirty Stu for a reason, but yeah, who cares at that point? It's just like, oh yeah, there we go. That's what it's about. Yeah, it was a wild time. It was a really cool event. Against all odds, like, man, it was they were down, and I'd been watching the clock really closely. So there is, after the Chavez penalty, you know, I'm kind of unsure about that one. That's pretty questionable if you ask me. I wish I'd been on that side to see a little bit more what went down there, but even just resetting the clock and setting the score up on that Chavez penalty, 3 seconds ticked off the clock. And so at that moment, I was thinking, well, I wonder if this is going to play a factor later in the match. And luckily it didn't, because there's still 2 seconds when Scott hit the buzzer to send it to overtime. But I was like, man, that was really close to needing those 3 seconds. I was like, why do we have a system that, you know, you can't just fix it without having seconds tick off the clock? I was like, yeah, the clock is the most important thing in paintball, which is wild. And the number of issues that are had with the clock are very high, which is really frustrating. But I was like, man, those 3 seconds could have been like a huge factor. Yeah, I mean, I still stand by the statement that paintball is impossible to ref. Cyrus Gerbil now, he's a cinema guy, dude. Sci guy, he's always been inclined. Who's my favorite player? Ooh, that's tough. But I mean, I feel if you watch the videos, it would be J Money. That's my little dude, man. That, yeah, if you watch and see what I, there's a while there where every post was J Money for some time. But that's my little dude, man. I got some footage still of when he went out and did the duel and played WC, and I took him to a bunch of places that I love to eat in SoCal, and maybe now is the time to go back and edit that footage and make a little YouTube video on that. Should be good. Not Greenspan. Right. Yeah. And Patrick, even Rich was calling that out on the broadcast. He's like, well, there's majors, and then, yeah, and the feed neck hit. But yeah, Rich was like, well, that's a major on the first push point, I suppose. And then on the second one, he's like, well, there's another major right there. And it's like, oh my goodness. Like, what? Well, having Cyrus as your favorite, like, man, you got a lot of good content coming your way behind the scenes with Cy Guy. He's a yapper though, man. Cyrus loves to talk to the camera, so he's a natural at it. Good morning, Kevin. Kevin, you sent in some great questions on the Instagram. I was cracking up. I opened up this morning and I was like, okay, well, let's look at these. Like, one of Kevin's questions was, did the CIA kill Kennedy? And I don't know, but I mean, there's a lot of conspiracies there. Wild Bill loves Chavez the most. This is true. Question mark. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. They got like 18 penalties. Right. So they just kind of lost their composure. Diesel lost their composure and let it get to their heads, and it affected them. So, favorite food? No, not yet, Mark Paris. Obviously, I have to answer my own question. If you don't know, every Play the Game episode, I try to ask what people's favorite food and favorite place to eat it is. So we'll get to my answer in a little bit. I mean, obviously that's what everyone wants to know, right? Christmas vacation, as long as it's not raining. I want to go to Christmas vacation and have fun, but I'm not dealing with the rain again. After last weekend at ICPL, slogging through the mud, I was like, nope, this is going to be a fun thing. If there's mud, I'm out. 5 sneakers from the collection. Ooh, that's hard. Yeah, seeing 2 players on the block, I was cracking up as I was shooting a breakout with Ice and Mouse starting on the box like it's a local 2v2. I was like, what's going on here? Yeah, you don't see that often. You see 3 on the box every once in a while starting like a 3-man, but seeing 2 on the box, I was like, okay, this is different. Yeah, family time over mud for sure. I've had enough mud this year, but I don't know. I have a Santa suit that I was gonna wear for it too. So I was really hoping. I was gonna try to make something from it, something cool, because I got my GoPro too. I was gonna throw the GoPro on the barrel to try and get some cool stuff. But I mean, it was. I couldn't believe that he was put in jail for that. And the ref's like, well, you don't watch every point like we do. I was like, sir, I watch every fit point without a doubt. Yeah, the sneaker collection is for sale. So I love LeBron 7s. I have some pretty cool LeBron 7s. Jordan 4 is my favorite sneaker of all time. What else do I really like back here? I have the Aston Martin Kobe pack, which is a pretty darn cool thing. Like, the quality on those is crazy. Having the Aston Martin leather inside the on the inside is super nice. I got too many shoes. I don't even know. And I have some special ones, some LeBron 8s that were gifted to me by DJ Clark Kent. Rest in peace. He passed away the other day. It was one of the cool people I met in sneakers, and cancer got him the other day. So those ones are super special. But Well, let's see. What other questions do we got? For the last, yeah, for sure. How many events before Harris is cut from NYX? Well, if Harris gets ownership, which apparently he didn't fully have yet or whatever, I have no idea. I mean, I don't think he'll be cut because he'll be the captain now. So we'll see. That'll be interesting. It's wild. Like all this news, like this is the craziest offseason ever. And then you have like, yes, stability would be good. I've been seeing lots of talks about that. How things are all over the place. You know, like the amount of team changes is insane. Something you wouldn't see anywhere else. So, all right, here's another good question from Kevin, and I'm pretty adamant about this one, and I have a good way to describe it. So Kevin also asked, how do you put the toilet paper roll on? Pull from over the top or under? So I say over the top, and it's not up for debate. So the thought is beards versus mullets. And so I'm a beard guy for the toilet paper. That's very important. Make sure you pay attention to that. Favorite off-season move? Well, I think it's so funny that all of these moves, like especially at the top, like all the Impact stuff came because they just wanna beard gang for sure, because Impact just wants to beat a couple of boys from Texas, you know, a couple country boys from Texas, and Impact like loaded up just so they could beat these guys now. Yeah, well, you know, honey. When I do, beards over mullets. But that is the correct way. And you know that too, though. Like you're not clueless there either. You would definitely agree, I'm sure. So I just love all the Impact moves loading up to just take down a few country boys from Texas. I think that's hilarious. But it's fun to see the shift in paintball of how it goes from, you know, people all over and not playing that much paintball to like it's a very stark shift to wanting to be together and actually play together, which makes a lot of sense. That seems to be the way to do it. That's how Dynasty did it back in the day. You know, Dynasty coming up was just a bunch of kids who played a lot of paintball all the time together. But paintball hasn't been that for a couple years. So yeah, it's a huge shift, and not all the teams can do it, but the more they can get their core playing together. Right, they had to get Marcel and Tyler Hammer just to beat Paintball Fit, to try to beat Paintball Fit. How about that? to try. But I mean, I understand why those guys want to play together. They all came up together, and it's not every day that you get a chance in paintball to be paid and play with your buddies that you really want to play with. So I can't blame them at all. It'll make for interesting stories for sure. It definitely makes them the evil empire. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm really curious. Let's see what else we got. Another one from Kevin: is Disney killing the Star Wars franchise? It hasn't been great. Like I loved, like, you know, Mando at the start and then some of that stuff, but yeah, they've had some misses recently, which is a bummer. Yeah, the Aftermath Nostalgia Tour. Right. Yeah, there was yeah, they wouldn't give Fit due at the start. How many average points do they play on Sunday before an NXL? That I'm not sure. I need to keep track, but I remember they always ask the tower, and Casey always gives them some crazy number, and they're like, no, we played way more than that, you know? Like, he's like, I don't know, it'll probably be like at like 30 points or something. In case he'll be like, yeah, we played about 15. And then they're like, what? They're like, there's no way. So then they'll start keeping track. But I'm real bad at keeping track of the points. They all just kind of blur together to me. Impact got good. Yeah. That's the thing. Like Impact had an insane roster. Like Impact has a very, very good roster already. With guys who are playing great. Like JC was freaking balling at World Cup. So, and then they got, you know, sneaky middle guys like Laval, like just crazy. BC, you know, they're all so good. So, yeah, so I'm not surprised about Mikey leaving. That is an absolute bomb though. But I know Mikey wants to be the man. That was part of why he went to Impact, was to get some play time and be the man. And I think the Russians might cut the check too. So that'd be good. And they're just grinders, right? So you'll get a lot of time in. I think he's a great asset for them. The Russians aren't done with moves yet. Holy cow. I know they've had some, it sounds like they've had some money to offer people. So, but I don't even really think they need to do much. I guess they need to shore up a secondary line. Who do I think gets the most points in every event? I mean, Trenton's almost always out there, right? What's up, Hellhounds? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, Trenton's definitely out there, like almost every point. Money Mason, right? Playing the money or whatever. And Chavi's almost always out there too. So those two are the most consistent for playtime for Fit. So yeah, Aftershock would have been the biggest move last season, which is crazy what's gone on there. Like, what in the world? Like, how the heck? Like, oh my gosh. Like, seeing them pick up the Bears, essentially. Like, this is just the craziest offseason. I can't believe it. Like, the Altimore brothers and Nick. So, just wild pickups. Getting... Who else they get? They got Connor Kelly as well. Yeah, it looks like Aftershock's really going for it. What is the most slept on breakfast food? Where do you go to get it? That's a great one. I don't know. I really love breakfast food. Like, I love eggs. I love pancakes. I love bacon. I love hash browns. I don't know. I'll tell you my favorite spot, though. And sometimes on the weekends before I go to Fit, I will stop there. And it's a place called Shug's Bagels off of Mockingbird in 75. And usually I'll put my order in ahead of time and pick it up on the way down. And gosh darn, it's so good. Their bagels, like, I mean, finding good bagels not on the East Coast is rare. And these ones are phenomenal. And so usually I get a everything bagel, toasted with eggs over medium, with Taylor ham, American cheese, and then I put salt and pepper and hot sauce on there, and gosh darn, that's so good. Should be a vid of MJ and Colt going back and forth, and took that personally. You're right. Don't give Colt any motivation, because yeah, he does it the MJ way, and we'll find it in every little thing. So Al Fernandez retired from Shock, I believe, and then I haven't seen. And then there's the Nick Sloviak stuff as well, because they may be switching away from a die team, and they said he just wants to play for a die team. And then I don't know what's up with A-Rod. A-Rod's always a question, but I mean, he's still just so good. Like, he's a massive weapon for that team. But I saw something that maybe he wouldn't be back to, and I was like, whoa, that's a big blow. Andrew, so it's just a time thing. I would love to have it. I'd love more production. It definitely would help that, having the score in there and the time, but it's a huge, it takes a lot of time. And then I have to track it too. I guess I could pan to the scoreboard every time, but, or I'd have to go watch on Go Sports and see. But it's a time thing, because the FitLifes were like, razor thin margins to get them out. Like, weekly was crazy. Like, that was the most crazy year, trying to get them out every week. So yeah, it's just a time thing in the end. You want 2 full lines, right? What can divisional guys, what makes good teams good and bad teams bad? So it's like a whole organizational kind of thing, I feel like from coaching to the players' attitudes to the pit help. Like, people don't really understand how much pit help actually helps. That's a massive factor that, especially for some of these, top pro teams. Like, if you look at like Dynasty, dude, they have the most like dedicated pit crew you'll ever see. It's wild. And that's a huge benefit to them. It makes a huge difference out there when you don't, as a player, you don't have to worry about anything. Things will be done correctly. And obviously F.I.T does it very well as well. The F.I.T has some of the better paint management. I feel like paint management is very important. And so for divisional guys, I think just playing more paintball, but playing paintball with a purpose. Don't just go out there and run points to run points. Like, try to focus on something to work on within those points as a team, if it's communication or closing or whatever you can do. But yeah, playing, getting more reps, being in more situations and understanding from those situations, and then having someone like a coach to help you break down those is critical. And I think in divisional, a lot of guys don't have coaches who actually know what they're doing, and that can be a big detriment. Yeah, Dre, definitely. That top tier, recommended. And TK wants to be a pilot. Yeah, I know he's been going hard to be a pilot, and I know he had missed an event last season. That was a big part of it, so that he could, I guess he can't take breaks and stuff from that. So you got to work on those life goals too. Hire someone. Right. Yeah, pit help keeps tensions down for sure. Favorite paintball player of all time? Oh man, that's a tough one. I don't know. I've always really liked Fedorov. Just, so I'm real big on movement, and his movement is just crazy. Yeah, I'll go with Fedorov. All right, Crusader. Someone who wants to get into videography and photography for paintball, don't find something that makes money. No, I'm just kidding. There's plenty of other venues for that, but it's practice. Just like everything else, it's just practice, getting out to the field, learning the layout, making things. Like, just keep putting stuff out. Like, even if you don't love it, just try to get out there and make something. Talk to people. Don't be shy. Everyone wants these things. So, yeah, get out there and make stuff. In the words of Dylan Fowd, keep making things. Right. Yeah. We're all insane in paintball media. So for 2025, I'm not sure. We got to figure that out because weekly Fit Lives was a lot. So maybe we need to find I don't know. I don't think I can edit all of them. I would do more events and stuff, but yeah, it's this was the craziest project I've ever done. So Mark, I still think I would like tennis ball yellow. Yeah, I need an intern for sure. Bill's not old enough to do that job yet, unfortunately. But yeah, we got to find an editor. Yep, definitely start on the divisional fields. Yeah, so the end all be all, like everyone just wants to get to the pro field in paintball, but I mean, just like in regular sports, the divisional fields or the youth fields are where youth sports are where the money's at. Like pro photographers in other sports don't get paid much either, honestly. You can make a lot more doing youth, and it's similar in paintball with divisional. But I don't know. I still think tennis ball yellow. Yeah, I can't get an intern with no money. Yeah, it comes down to money. I need money. I don't know. I'm so bad at marketing and advertising, all that stuff. I opened up channel memberships recently, just before this one. So those are available. I have merch available. And I do have like a Amazon link that you can click and I get portions of the proceeds from that. But yeah, I got sweet shirts. I don't have my hoodie in here. I have the best hoodie that you can get. It's a verbal hoodie and the quality is just top tier. It doesn't have the drawstrings in the hood. And we're in the cold season. Gosh, I love that hoodie. I need to get another one myself. But yeah, I mean, it's a money thing because it's time spent versus money. For me, like if I'm not gonna be with my kids, you're gonna have to pay. You know, it has to be worth my while because you only get one shot with the kiddos growing up. And I saw something the other day and it said or maybe the wife sent it to me and it says you spend more time with your kids as an adult than you do when they're children. So these are super precious years. So the most watched video short I've ever posted was Ronnie. I think he was talking to Tyler Harmon, and it's just super silly. I don't know. I didn't set up other scenes on my OBS. Let me see if I can pull it up though. 1 second. Let's see if I can find it and pull it up. And it has like 173 million views, and it's the most boring video, and I don't know why it went so crazy, which drives me insane because I can't duplicate that success. All right, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Wild Bill is coming. Bill! Hang on, guys. Brief intermission. Hi! Is it hi? Who's that? You see William? Hi, William. Say hi. Ow, 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 ow. Say nanu, nanu. Say something for the people. Say dada. You see William? Uh-oh. Tractor. We love tractors, huh? What are you doing? You're a silly boy. I love you. Hi. You like the microphone, huh? You always want to play with this. You're on TV. Wave. You wave? Oh. Welcome, Shorts Gable. All right. Oh, chip my teeth. Oh, careful. Careful, careful. Okay. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right, go with mama, baby. You're too cute, buddy. I got to stay here. I'm working. We're on TV. Yeah. All right, I love you. You came back to say hi? Thank you, Patrick. Appreciate that. Heck yeah. Some real good questions right now. We'll get to them in a second. But Bill's trying to steal the show, and he is doing a great job. But he's so stinking cute. William. Be careful with that. All right, you ready? Go with your mama. Treat. He loves the red light. Cooking some breakfast. Oh, what's for breakfast? So how I got into this was originally I started playing in 1995 in the woods of Virginia with my dad, and we'd play pump, and we really enjoyed it. So we played for years back then. Started at Hogback Mountain Sports, which I believe is still open, and then we started going to PEVs. Got a mini mag and all that stuff, and I still have my OG mini mag. And good Lord, that thing is heavy. My mini mag weighs about as much as a full setup these days, fully loaded. This little guy, he's back. He just wants to be on TV and hang out with Dada. But can you blame him? And then so I took a break. I played on and off throughout the years, and then 2018 came around, and I had been on a break for quite some time. And we went and played 50 cal at Fort Paintball for my wife's little brother's. He's 20 years younger, half brother. For his birthday, we went and played 50 cal, and the bug bit me again. And it just happened that NXL was in Texas the next weekend. This was, I believe, in May, and so NXL was the next weekend at Texas Motor Speedway. So I drove out to just kind of check it out and watch a little bit, and got me back into playing. And so I started playing some tournaments, some D5 in 2018, and then I decided, well, let me try and take a photo of this, because I was pretty decent at photography by the time I had come in to shooting paintball, and I was like, all right, well, let me see this. And I was like, all right, well, I'm pretty good at this. So that's how I got into it. And so I was originally a player, and I get shot a lot, but to get the proper shots, so in my opinion, the proper paintball shot is to have two people in the frame with one person, so you can see a guy like over the shoulder, third person kind of shooting at the other guy, so you can watch the paint fly, and you can see the ball go out and then hit the other guy. That's the ideal shot for me, which is so hard. That's one thing that we need. And I've been getting on Tom Cole about, is we need to have bigger fields so we can get back further, so we don't get absolutely blasted trying to get these shots. And those are like the most important shots to show off the game. That's what people want to see. Because I get a lot of questions like, well, what are they even shooting at? That's one of my most common questions from people not familiar with the game, is they're like, well, what are they even shooting at? And if you get those shots, you can show how they're holding people and why people can't move from their bunkers, and they're just staying in their bunker because there's a wall of paint right there. You can't run out, and if you run out, you'll get shot. So, but yeah, I get shot a lot still, and I'm pretty good. Like I'm pretty aware of lanes and try to be aware of bounce shots and where people are shooting. But even so, you just get blasted. Paintballs do weird things. like doing paintball videography for as long as I have. Paintballs do really weird things. They take strange bounces. The weather affects them. They're just all over the place. You never know what to expect. So, top 3 biggest struggles as a videographer and myths to debunk. Well, the number 1 myth is that there's money to be made in social media. There's no money in social media in shorts or anything like that anymore. I had been successful in 2022, but they changed all the algorithms and I fell off big time. So yeah, I don't make any money hardly from social media at all. And that's a big one that needs to be debunked. Like there's no money in that. Like I have pretty big platforms, but I'm not making hardly any money doing this. Which I need to work on getting support through merch or through memberships or all these kind of things. So I need to push those things harder, which I'm terrible at. I just want to make cool stuff and ride. But yeah, I gotta get on my sales game, I suppose. What other myths are there? I don't know. It's really hard. it's really hard. The days are exhausting. Yeah, that's another one. Like there's just not a lot of money in it. People think that, I think people think they get to the pro field and they've made it and, the dollars will start rolling in, but I don't, making it to the pro field, you just get a little bit bigger field, which as I just talked about helps a lot for trying to get the shots. But the pro field is not the end all be all. You can tell great stories wherever you are. And that's what paintball needs more of is storytelling. We need to work on our storytelling as a whole. Make the people care about different stories. Right, Bobby, right. How did I get together with F.I.T? So I had, like I said, in 2018, I started playing tournaments and naturally ended up playing a few tournaments there because I'd go practice out at Fun on the Run. I was playing with PPS at the time, and we'd practice out there, and we had to set up the field every time. But we had the best grass. Oh my gosh, it was so great. But yeah, naturally, there's a lot of tournaments at F.I.T. So then I got in there and started playing out. I never really played that much at F.I.T, honestly, because by that time I'd started transitioning to doing the photography and media side. But then it was just a natural fit after that. Atlantic City did have the best pro field. Oh, that was so great. I was so happy. But I was so sad that they didn't utilize it for the ESPN show. Like I was sitting on top of the trailer behind the Hydra booth with Colt and Chavez and just looking, and I was like, there is nobody in the proper position to film this. And I was like, should have called me. Yes, this is a sneaker collection behind me. Got some pretty cool stuff. It's for sale as well. Omid, what's up, dude? Appreciate that. Yeah. Somehow, some way. It's been a crazy adventure, but yeah, here we are. Let's see what else we got from Instagram. There's some other funny ones. Who shoots me the most? That's from Ben Challenger. So who shoots me the most is usually J Money, because he's always battling. He's always coming out of his bunker super quick. So it's just bouncing off the bunker and straight into me. And the refs will attest to that too. I don't have them posted yet, but most of them are 13s. So they're all pretty big. So the reason it's for sale is because I don't know what happened, but like sometime in my 30s, I guess my foot grew and I had wore 13 my whole life. And then all of a sudden I'm wearing a size 15. So it's like, I can't even wear most of them these days. Mark Johnson shoots you the most. My buddy Rob asked, how many total kids do you want? I have 2 kids. I have a boy and a girl, William and Charlotte. I'm good there. All right, NX. Well, we're in business. I do have some 14s as well. These are all Jordan 3s and 4s here in 14. But that is a project that I need to get on for sure. And they'll probably be on my Instagram when I do get there. How many pickles do you eat per event? Well, I do eat quite a few pickles for sure. Pickles keep me going. I love pickles. It's the ultimate snack while out filming because it gives you, a little snack, and it gives you the electrolytes, it gives you the sodium. And then Schwartz Gable asked favorite person on the team to video. I believe I answered that, which was J Money. Side Guy asked funniest moment I have captured on Fit Life. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. When is a documentary coming out? Right. Well, we have a kind of scatterbrain documentary. Could use some refining, but I'm very interested in some 3s and 13, 14. Okay. All right. Yeah, we can definitely talk. Thank you, Jonathan Turner. Cyrus also asked, why do I want him to eat the egg? Well, so Cyrus in his vlog had an egg, hard-boiled egg, and he didn't eat it on camera. And so I just started to eat the egg. And then he talked in a second video about eating eggs for breakfast, and I just told him to eat the egg. So it's going to be a meme until he eats an egg on the camera. How much pickle beer is consumed while editing these videos? So I don't really drink much pickle beer at home. 1, it's pretty expensive these days. And 2, you can only have like 1 pickle beer, and then you're like, all right, pickle beer is better on a super hot day. Consolidate to a 2-hour story. So yeah, getting the best moments into a 2-hour story would be a massive undertaking, but it would be hilarious. And yeah, it would definitely be, it would be awesome, but a massive project. Right. Yeah. No, Patrick, that was probably, that was one of the funniest moments of the year for sure. And we definitely joked about that one quite a bit. When they were talking about overshooting, and then Colt's like, well, you're an idiot. And Scott's like, well, you're just an idiot in general. And it's like, whoa, you just, what? Like that was definitely, one of the funniest moments, and we reference that a lot, just saying idiot in general. I enjoyed that one quite a bit, Shorts Cable, but I'm always up for new things, but I would not be sad at all if that same one arrived again. I appreciate you, my dude. All right, some heat. Hang on. Let's see what we can find real quick. Let's show off a sneaker. This always happens. Whenever I live stream, obviously we have the wall of shoes, so we got to find something. We'll go with this guy. This is a LeBron 7 Jordan Heroes pack, and it's modeled after the Jordan 11, and these were unreleased. So the LeBron 7 Heroes pack had a Jordan colorway, a Penny Hardaway colorway, and a Deion Sanders colorway. But these ones were super cool. Like I said, based off the Jordan 11. I just love the silhouette of the LeBron 7. Yeah, so there's two racks in here, and I got 3 racks in the other room. NXVGG. Just hit me up on Instagram and we can definitely talk. Definitely looking to move some of this stuff. LeBron 10 denims, nice. So I'm pretty sure that those LeBron 10 denims were based on these James Dean LeBron 8 denims, which are also unreleased. These ones are great. These are super fire. This is definitely a heavy winter shoe. Gum bottom. I absolutely love gum bottoms. Some of my favorite things. But yeah, this was probably one of the original ideas where they got the denim from. But yeah, these are, like I said, unreleased, super rare. So if anyone wants some collector's items, let me know. Yeah, so when you see this is the sample box for Nike. So you can see that there's quite a few behind me there of the sample boxes. I have a crazy LeBron 7 and LeBron 8 collection. So if you want the rare heat. Hellhounds on the hype paintball brands. I think it's a great thing. I think doing the exclusivity is a powerful thing. Like look at like Supreme and their success. It's the way to do it. And they do make cool stuff. Like it's definitely tough to keep bringing out the heat, but they continue to do it. It gets a little saturated. Like you look at what Hormesis did. Like yeah, it started off pretty cool, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, it's everywhere. But doing the exclusivity is a huge thing, and I think it works out well for them. Like Project, I love Project too. It's cool. I enjoy the player brands like that. Good stuff to see that they're putting out. Atomic orange ones, yes, I believe I have those. Those were the all-star ones. I believe I have those. H Nasty, yeah, for sure. So so in paintball, the majority of people probably will say they use a 70-200, and I don't use that lens that much in paintball. Right, Patty, for sure. So if you guys used to see me, I'd be out there with my Easy Rig, which was that backpack, and then it had the camera on a string. And so when I was using that, I would use the Tamron 35-150 f2 to 2.8, which allowed for capturing like stuff a little bit further away, but then all the snake action as well. So I use the heck out of that lens. I love that lens. That's such a good general use lens. But recently, I've been on the tripod, I've been on the sticks, and I've been using the Sony 100-400, so I can reach all the way across the field. But now, like I said, I'm going for those battles. I'm going for the two people in the frame shooting at each other. So I've been using the 100-400 a lot more. So you don't lose too much on the close end from 70-100. Yes, it's a difference, but it's not that huge. And then getting out to 400 is a massive thing. And sure, your aperture doesn't go to 2.8, but I believe in paintball, you want to close down your aperture a lot more because you want to be able to, you want to get two people in focus. So I'm shooting like F20 a lot of the time. You really want to close it down. I'm not looking for bokeh because you want to see where the balls are coming from. You want to see, like I said, multiple people in frame. So going for the portrait kind of style stuff is what I think of it as if you're at like 2.8. which is not ideal for paintball. Sure, you can get some cool beauty shots, but I've taken a different approach than that. So yeah, so there's a couple. And then I know, you know, Tamron and Sigma, I know some of the mounts aren't open for these lenses, but I know they make some crazy ranges of lenses to be able to use. But yeah, 100 to 400 is definitely my favorite. I wish Sony would come out with a V2 of it. So both the lenses I use are not ideal for paintball because they're the push-pull kind of telescoping lenses, and paint can get in there. I highly recommend that you cover your camera. I use like microfiber towels over mine to because paint just gets everywhere, and you just want to keep it off. Cameras just don't like the paint. And I don't like sending my stuff in for repairs, but it happens no matter what. It's inevitable. Like the paint just, like I said, paint gets everywhere. And you do your best to try to keep it out of there. Most surprising move this offseason. I feel the whole Impact thing was pretty surprising to me. Like I said, I don't blame them for all wanting to go play together and get, you know, rack in the cash, but that did surprise me. Like that formulated so fast all of a sudden. And repairs are expensive, right? Yeah. Every time you send the camera in, expect to spend at least $1,000. So, that's just what it is. Yeah, and Easy Rig is not cheap either. They're like, you know, $1,300, $1,500, something like that. But I do love the Easy Rig, but yeah, tripod guy these days. So I do believe that is a big thing, is because it hasn't been shown off correctly, because I don't believe the fields are big enough. You can't show those two people shooting at each other. So like everything is from the sideline. Like, you know, you see a player's profile and you see him shooting and reloading. That's why I always did so many reloads, is well because they performed well, but that's the angle I could get. And when you're, you know, on these smaller fields, like you're just getting absolutely annihilated. And as we just talked about, camera repairs are super expensive. So you don't want to be out there just getting absolutely blasted. So a long lens on a tripod, shooting down the wires and trying to shoot the streams of paint going at each other would show it off correctly. And I don't know, it's the Ouroboros. It seems to eat itself. Like paintball will do something right, and then it'll do one step forward and then 5 steps back. It always seems to be behind the ball when it comes to new things. It's always playing catch up. It's always going for something that's like kind of a little bit old. One of the most recent examples of that would be the Paintball Armory, which is the fantasy with NFTs. I mean, you need free fantasy. That's why fantasy football is so popular, because, you know, it's free, it's fun. There's a lot to it. Fantasy is great. Fantasy football is great because it makes you care about games you would have never cared about before. Because you'll watch games that you never would watch. You know, just to see how one player does. So having it tied to NFTs, I just feel is kind of outdated. And I think they will have a free version, but you need to make people care about these stories. I don't think TV is the answer, but I don't know what the answer is, because we want the TV advertising revenue, not necessarily the TV, because you can get things in front of a lot of eyeballs. So good. Free version of fantasy will be where it's at. People will actually play that. I know Tom had talked a lot about the tier system, which is not bad, because then it does make you pay attention to all of the players. But yeah, the NFT thing, I was just like, that's kind of, like I said, chasing things that were old tech, essentially. Like, we're way past that these days. Use a monopod a lot. See, I didn't love a monopod. I don't know. Monopod is great for mobility, but I just never was able to get as stable a footage as I wanted with the monopod. And Crux, yeah, dude, Crux is crazy. That his little game show thing, oh man, he's doing some good stuff. We chatted about it a bit. Yeah, I appreciate him. Yeah, if you have any questions ever, just let me know. After an underdog win like Fit had, find players being like, yeah, we need to change something up. Yep. But Fit's formula. Lacey, hello. One of the fabulous paintball pit crew right there. Keeps the pit in order. But yeah, after, I mean, like I said, teams just need to play paintball. it's not a difficult formula. Just go play paintball. Right, yeah, because they had bought my fan wagon, and then I don't see, that's the thing though. So I have a theory, because with like, it's so hard in paintball to see who shot someone. Even with the amount I'm out there and paying attention, like, man, paintballs are crazy and they come in from crazy angles. So trying to track kills is super, super hard. But we need that, right? Like, that is a huge thing. That is a huge part of it. Like, you need to have these stats. Stats are a great thing. We need the kill stats, right? But they're just so hard to get them. Yo, my man, what's up, Josiah? Appreciate you, brother. When Fit won the World Cup, you noticed that the paper didn't cover it until you called them. Number one, great job, thank you. Right, yeah, even local stories, right? Just seeing it locally, like, oh, whoa, what is this? You know, like, let's see F20 all day, Sal, my man. 5-pack, Sal Chavez, both other great creators in paintball. Go give them some love as well. They make some really cool stuff. But yeah, F20 gang over here. I want everything in focus. We're no portraits. We're straight up everything in focus. Good morning, bad guy. A little more coffee, keep me going. You like the orange, huh? I don't know. I think it's wild to buy a spot and then sell it immediately. I know the costs to run a pro team are insane, but I don't know. Like, it's wild to me to buy in and just be like, all right, cool, we're out. I was pretty surprised by that, but I mean, finishing 18th is not so great. I'm sure they had expected more, but that's not, that's bottom tier. That they'll be in contention for relegation next year. So flip that spot like a headband, right? Indeed. But they found a landing spot for, some of their guys. So yeah, it's wild. Like, Heat changing up. Oh my goodness. Lost money. Right. So I guess we should get to the most important question, what my favorite food and my favorite place to eat it is. Yeah, to another team that finished second. There's a lot of irony there, bad guy. Nailed it. Right, Kissimmee didn't run anything. Yeah, we need to get that stuff out there. I was just going with the family aspect, Shorts Cable. I thought it was more of a family-run organization, family. If you don't know, FIT stands for Family Integrated Team, and that's a big proponent of what they do. Obviously, they have 3 brothers and their cousin as the core of the team down there, and if you go to the field, it's that kind of vibe too. So it's a huge important part of the whole thing, which makes it even cooler. But all right, so anyways, my favorite food and my favorite place to eat it. So my constant mission is to find the best cheeseburger. Cheeseburger is something that is so simple, can be done a million different ways, but it's so delicious. Like, man. So making a cheeseburger at home is one of the ultimate ways to do it, right? Because you can make it exactly like you want it, put whatever you want on there, get the meat you want, you know, the quality of meat you want. So a cheeseburger at home, that's pretty up there. But here in the DFW, I have a couple favorite places that I do love to get a cheeseburger at. One of them, there's a place called Kelly Family Farms, which is grass-fed burgers. It's like this little shack. It's like a little trailer, and it's so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yes, that is definitely high on my list, Patrick. I would love to eat one of George Motz's cheeseburgers. So Kelly Family Farms is up there for me. There's a place in Rockwall called Boots Burger, which is just a house, and all they do is sell burgers, cash only, the right kind of spot. So that's another one. There's a place in Addison called Hudson House, which is just a classic burger, fantastic. They have a happy hour deal for the burger, which is it's a $10 at that point. It comes with a huge pickle slice on the side, and if you know me, I love pickles, and it has a seasoning on it that's just fantastic. And then there's another place. It's got a couple of places around the DFW called Skyrocket Burger, which, yeah, that's another one of my favorite burgers. Richardson has a location for that one. I think there's one in Deep Ellum as well. But yeah, cheeseburgers. Cheeseburgers are my favorite food. Like I said, it's so simple. You can get it a million different ways. When done right, fantastic. You can dress them up. You can, make them at home. That's it for me. The easy rig for next season. No, I don't think so. It doesn't allow me to show off. It'd be layout dependent. If there's a layout, I guess, again, like, see, this made it tough, right? Because Atlantic City was the car crash setup layout, but they gave so much space on the back line that it's like, well, like, let's go back and try to capture these proper shots, but then so much was blocked out in the middle, so they weren't ideal. So it's all layout dependent. Keller's is a classic for sure. Ye Olde Butcher Shop, I absolutely have. Yep, Ye Olde Butcher Shop is great as well. That's a great recommendation. Keller's is good too. There's what else? Maple and Motor. Yeah, if you have any cheeseburger recommendations in the DFW, let me know. Most likely I've been there, but if not, I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, just send in cheeseburger recs. So yeah, the easy rig is just it's like I said, layout dependent. There's some cool stuff to be done with it. But I gotta figure it out. Rodeo Goat, I do love Rodeo Goat. Man, Rodeo Goat. The problem with Rodeo Goat is you'll find a burger you really love and you won't be able to get it again because it's on the battle burgers. So one time Rodeo Goat had their own version of a Big Mac, like an upscale Big Mac, and gosh darn it, it was so good. And they haven't had it again, and I'm like, man, that was it. That was it. Yeah, we're big fans of Rodeo Goat in this household. So yeah, I still think about that burger. Gosh darn it. That one was up there for sure. All right, I'm looking at Instagram if there's any more questions on here. No. Looks like we got most of them. The wife asked how many cut that's did we not see. There was a lot of cut that's. Yeah. There's a lot of funny stuff there. A burger spot to nail copycat Wingstop fries. See, the thing about Wingstop fries is they have crack. Oh no, that's fantastic. I don't know what it is about Wingstop fries, but I feel that. Alrighty, well, any last questions? Been on for about an hour, probably wind it down and get some stuff done. And go chase baby Bill around. But yeah, we'll probably do more of these. I'll probably find maybe a different time for this. Maybe probably the evenings. Probably be better. I don't know. Maybe get to a full podcast at some point. Do it, Patrick. Yeah, burgers for lunch. Now I'm thinking what I can do for lunch. There we go, Patrick Rice. Yep, I do need to play a little bit more. Like I said, I'm going to try to play this weekend at Christmas Vacation at Official. It's a big game if it's not raining. How many usable clips do I normally get from an NXL event? That's a good question. I haven't really counted. Of the ideal clips, not many, a handful. Right? Like I said, the ideal clip that I want of a guy shooting another guy, both in focus, down the tape or whatever, I don't get that many. Probably like 5 that I think are like, but I'm always looking for that, top tier, crazy, perfect shot. Yeah, come on, weather. I got a Santa suit. You want to see me out there in a Santa suit getting blasted? So yeah, I'm super harsh on the judgment of the footage that I get, and I'm like, all right, well, we didn't get a ton. Right, yeah, Sunday maybe looks good. Heck yeah, Patrick McLaughlin, yeah, say what's up for sure. Let's do it. Let's hopefully, yeah, of course, play red team, red for life. Do I have any red armbands? Yeah, there's red armband hanging up over there on the left side of the I already got my armband, and I'll be Santa, so I'll be red for sure. Yeah, hopefully. I don't know. Get out there and start blowing that rain away. I really want to get out. I got my pickle blaster back too. Got my EMEC. That's anode inception body. That's pretty cool marker. Appreciate you, Lacey. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate all you guys do. And Dad Day Sunday, right. And there's a players appreciation party at F.I.T on Saturday evening, which sounds like they have some crazy things cooked up. Johnny is the evil mastermind of just insane ideas. Obviously, like we have Glow Mech, which is one of his craziest ideas yet. That has worked out pretty well. So they have that on Saturday as well. See what they've cooked up at the old paintball F.I.T. What kind of party games and fun they have. I don't know. I saw Colt have something about some casino type things. All right. Yep, fingers crossed. I'm hoping. I need to get out there. I need to put some paint in the air myself. It's been too long, and I just love stomping around in the woods. I really like playing out at Official. I played quite a few big games in those woods, and I really enjoy it. But they've done a lot of cool stuff recently out there. So, yeah, if you're gonna go out there this weekend, if it's nice, I'll see you out there. Come say what's up, and yeah, I appreciate everyone for stopping in. We got memberships open now. If you want to support that way, we got merch available as well. I believe there's a link in the description. Just verbal. It's all super simple stuff. It's not crazy paintball stuff. The hoodie, it's the best hoodie ever. Super comfortable. No drawstrings. I love it. Heavy duty. Team Possum all day, baby. Possum. That's the best part about the possums is they do it right? Because I love food. We do it. There's always good food. We all get together. We, get a little organized, get everything we need to have a good time. So, yeah, Beefy Boys with the possum OG kind of connection there. But I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And I don't know, we'll do this again sometime soon. Seems like it went really well. I really enjoyed doing it. And like I said, maybe we'll transition into full podcast. That's obviously the next step. I know my man Shelda just started his, which is pretty good. Some great stuff on there. Go watch those for sure. Yeah, something I've been toying around with myself for a while. Live streaming is obviously something I've done quite a bit. So thank you all. Everyone have a great weekend. Hopefully we have some fun this weekend. And